with Marcus Dinkins. Marcus, first ever live show for me here at our track for on the Fast Lane podcast. You're my first guest here, so first off, thank you for joining the show.
You're welcome. Anytime at all. I'll step in and take over your podcast.
So obviously, we just did hot laps and time trials here at Orange County. What was that like for you getting out here, getting tested in your car?
We weren't too bad. Track's a little choppy on the end. There's entrance of both corners. We're out there hopefully smoothing it out right now. We had a little engine issues. It was breaking up going into the corners. We're trying to figure out why. I don't know if we're a little rich or on the jetting or what. We're going to figure that out and hopefully straighten it up and be a little better in the races in the future.
Obviously, Orange County's been here for so long, 100 years this track's been here. What's it mean for you as a driver getting to race here at the track with Orange County?
The history is amazing. Not a lot of people know this, but I was actually born right down the road. Morton Hospital, which no longer exists. But so this is like my home track, even though I only lived here for 2 years of my life. And then we moved to Watkinsville, New York, and I've been there ever since. But it's awesome to come here every time we can come here. Actually, I think the last time I was here was the Mud Bowl Eastern States. We got freaking mudded all up in that race. It was bad, but we had fun, and I love coming back to this place.
So you said Watkins Glen. Did you go to the race at all last week at Watkins Glen?
Yeah, we were there all weekend at the races. That place is a party. That's what you go there for. It's one big party.
Obviously, so for fans that do not know, how did you get into the racing world?
So I'm actually a first career driver, first generation driver. My father has always been a race fan, and one day about I was 5 years old, he goes, "You ever thought about racing?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." And he goes, "Alrighty," and then alrighty, we'll think about it. And then it wasn't like a week later, he picks me up from school like 10 minutes after my mom drops me off. And he goes, "Get in the truck, we're going to pick you up a race car." So we drove all the way out to Ohio, and we picked up a race car that day, came back home and go, "Hi Mom, surprise, we're racing." And we've been at it ever since. I started racing corn pigeons when I was 6, and moved to Sportsman Modifieds when I was 16, and then we moved up to big blocks, I think 5 years after that. Quarter midgets, we were awesome. We were one-time national champion. We were always the one that they all looked for in the pit area. They knew we were going to be fast and we were going to be tough to beat. Then we get into this whole world, and it's a whole new ball game and struggle. It's hard because we don't have any help, none. Nobody that helps us. I mean, nobody helps us. I got my dad and my uncle and myself. We don't have any sponsors really. I mean, we got help, but nothing major. No major sponsor like all the rest of these teams. I mean, Leaf Racewear, yeah, they're great help to me. All my safety stuff and all that. That's great, but I mean, it takes a lot of money and funding for racing, and it all comes out of your pocket. It's tough to compete with these guys that got endless pockets and endless budgets. We're here to have fun, and that's why we show up every week, just to have fun.
Now, currently, where is your current home track right now on a weekly night?
Currently, we run Canandaigua weekly, and then we run the series, every series.
So you got to go down to Bristol, obviously, a couple months ago. That was its own different animal for all the drivers. What was it like for you getting to go down there and race on the Great Coliseum?
That's a lifetime experience. You can't explain it. The speed you carry there is just insane. The banking, like on TV, it showed no justice. I mean, the banking was insane. You just go in there and it just holds your car. You don't even. It actually almost pushes you to the bottom. It's banked so bad. You almost got to force it to stay up higher. It was awesome. I love it. I'd love to go back if they do it again. Hopefully we can have a little better showing. And that all comes with funding. I mean, that's the like we got two cars. We just changed our body out from, we got a tour body and then we got a weekly body. It's just two different bodies, that's all, just so we can try to keep the straighter, nicer looking body on the tour.
So obviously, moving on now into here tonight, going into the future now here tonight. 100 laps is a long race. What's the strategy for like you with tires and all that getting into this racetrack here tonight for 100 laps?
Usually, we'll just ride around and try to stay on the lead lap for the first 75 laps, and then you try to race the last 25 and see what your car really has. You got to keep the tires underneath it in order to finish. And if you're out there sliding it around, buzzing them off, you're not going to be there at the end. Main thing's just to stay on the lead lap.
All right, they're doing the national anthem. Marcus Dinkins, first ever live guest here on the Out of the Fast Lane podcast. Go get him tonight.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck
Have a
to
good one.